All right, let's dive right into this explainer. Today we're going to completely demystify Python with a clear, step-by-step roadmap built specifically for absolute beginners. You know, Python has absolutely exploded. It's one of the most popular programming languages on the planet, running everything from simple automation scripts to mind-bending artificial intelligence. But hey, if you're just starting out, stepping into that world can feel a lot like standing at the base of a massive mountain. So we are going to break that mountain down into an incredibly manageable, logical path.
Before we even take that first step, we absolutely have to address the elephant in the room. How do you actually start without getting trapped in what's known as tutorial paralysis? It's a huge pitfall. People literally spend weeks researching the perfect course, comparing platforms, and binge-watching endless tutorials without ever writing a single line of actual code. The secret isn't trying to learn everything all at once. It's about learning the right things in the exact right order and applying them immediately. So, our path today covers 5 steps. First, the beginner's Python roadmap, then your first steps with print and input, followed by essential built-in Python functions. Then we'll move on to data libraries, and finally, we'll wrap up with the project-first learning secret.
Step 1. The beginner's Python roadmap.
To bypass the anxiety of learning the world's most popular programming language, we've got to set some ground rules right out of the gate. According to the DataQuest methodology, most people spend weeks researching the perfect course and never write a single line of code. It happens all the time. The crucial point here is to commit to a structured path and just start building right away, instead of getting completely overwhelmed by the massive amount of info out there. Listen, you do not need to read a textbook cover to cover before you start typing. You really just need a few basic tools to get moving.
Step 2. First steps with print and input.
Before you can even think about analyzing massive data sets or building predictive AI models, you've got to start on the ground floor. You need to learn how to have your very first conversation with your computer. And the great news? Python is incredibly straightforward. Using a simple print command literally just outputs text directly to your console window, like sending a message that says, "Game over." Honestly, even without knowing a thing about programming, you probably could have guessed what the print command does. That is the true beauty of Python. It's concise, it's clear. You just type print, add your text in quotes, and boom, the computer speaks to you.
But a conversation is a two-way street, right? To make your programs truly interactive, you'll use the input function. Think of input kind of like calling up a pizza parlor to place an order. You ask a question, like prompting, "Hi, what's your name?" And the program literally hits pause and waits for the user to provide that data. Once the user types their name and hits enter, the program takes that data and can use it to print out a customized greeting. It's a simple feedback loop, sure, but it is the absolute foundation of all software.
Step 3. Essential built-in Python functions.
Here's a huge relief. You do not need to memorize the entire Python dictionary to write great code. No way. You only need to know a handful of essential built-in methods that you're going to use every single day. Take the len function, for example. It simply counts the number of items, which is absolutely perfect for validating the size of user input. Then there's the type function. That one identifies if a piece of data is text, a whole number, or a decimal. Using it keeps your code super clean and drastically cuts down your debugging time. Need a quick total? The sum function easily adds numeric values together. And crucially, we have int and str. These allow you to convert data types, so you can take a user's text input, turn it into an integer, and actually do math with it. Mastering just these few tools will make your code robust and stop those common beginner errors right in their tracks.
Step 4. Moving to data libraries. Okay, so what exactly is a library? It's simply a collection of pre-built modules and code that developers can use to complete complex tasks way faster, without having to write everything from scratch. Imagine trying to build a car entirely from scratch by mining your own iron ore out of the ground. That would be absurd, right? Instead, you would use pre-built engines and wheels. Well, that's exactly what a Python library is. It's the moment Python transitions from a fun learning tool into a professional powerhouse.
Now, basic Python lists are totally fine for simple storage. They're great when you're just getting your bearings. But when you make the jump to Python libraries, you unlock significantly faster math operations, automated handling of Excel files, and specialized tools built to handle massive datasets. Think of it this way. Basic lists are fine for your weekly grocery list. But libraries? Those are the heavy machinery required for serious real-world data analysis. Specifically, NumPy and Pandas are the 2 absolute must-know libraries if you ever want to filter, sort, and analyze data efficiently. NumPy is essentially your foundation for numerical computing.
It calculates complex math vastly faster than standard Python, and it serves as the backbone for predictive modeling. Pandas, on the other hand, is basically your data organization wizard. It handles Excel and CSV files effortlessly, letting you clean, filter, and sort complex business reports with just a few lines of code. For sure, if you're aiming for a career in data, NumPy and Pandas are the very first tools recruiters will expect you to know inside and out.
Step 5. The Project First Learning Secret.
The most proven methodology to actually master Python is to learn by doing. Project First Learning from day one means zero wasted time memorizing syntax that you're inevitably going to forget anyway. You absolutely have to actively apply your new skills to solve real problems, rather than just passively sitting back and watching lectures. Look, reading about the input function is one thing, but using it to build a program that actually talks back to you, that is how you become a real coder.
By following a few exact, actionable steps, you naturally cement your knowledge. For example, start out by building a simple number guessing game. This forces you to master loops and conditions to check if a user's guess is too high or too low. Once you've got that, next, build a calculator. This solidifies your understanding of arithmetic, user input, and the overall flow of the program. Finally, tackle a CSV data analyzer. This is where you pull in that Pandas library we just talked about, applying it directly to real-world data filtering and statistical analysis.
So there you have it, the complete path, from your very first print command all the way to complex data analysis using powerful libraries is right in front of you. You have the roadmap. You know that you need to avoid tutorial paralysis and just start building. Which leaves us with just one final provocative question to answer. What are you going to build on day one?